Yeah, get in here. Intimate. We are intimate. Come on. Lots of exposed body parts today. Oh, I'm stoked to see you guys. I love you guys. I'm not solely to blame for Horseshoe Hell.
They let you know immediately what was going on, what it was about, and what you were about to see. So I was right there with the filmmakers going, okay, bring it on, let's go. I thought that during the title cards, how they had the map animation was really beautiful, and that was so much fun. This was so cool. I'd never heard of this event before, so it's always nice to be able to learn new things and learn about a climbing event that is 24 hours basically in, Horseshoe Hell Canyon. I loved the oath that they did, showing us about that oath. It actually, parts of it were very funny and it made me laugh out loud. And I liked hearing all of the different interviews, like from the people first timers who had done this to people who had done this before and how they felt about it and what all it was like. Looking at the night climbs, God, that's scary. It's frightening and it's scary, but it's nice to know that, you have a partner there. I think the filmmakers did a great job doing justice to not only this event, but this sport too. It really piqued my interest about it, and it's just a wonderful film.
I think it's also nice to see this community come together and grow throughout the documentary, and get the different perspectives of people going on this trip who have, this is their first time or they've done it before, and the different perspectives of that, and also how they lift each other up, and like how they get along, and how they all view they all view this event. I think that's really cool. As a This documentary focuses not only on this event and as a whole, but also like the different perspective of each of them revolving around rock climbing and doing that. And I think you have a good emotional draw to the event as well, and seeing how it is characterized, and like how important it is to all these different people, and what it means for them. And it creates a really nice emotional pull, which is great in a documentary, because while I did learn things, it wasn't like a strictly educational documentary. So I think this really helped build up the piece altogether. But I think it has a clear point of view, which is, extrapolated upon by all these different interviewees, and it just comes together to make a really, really beautiful piece. I could definitely see this becoming like a docu-series, and I'm sure there's like ways you could expand upon each of their viewpoints and go to different other climbing events and go from there. But I think it's a really interesting topic and really well done.
Watching this group gradually grow into this big rock climbing event, which in and of itself is very fascinating, because I myself am a city kid, and I wouldn't even dare to even consider doing something like that. I thought that's very extreme. Kudos to them, though. But it's nice to kind of get a voyeuristic approach and just watch them do it instead of have to partake in it myself, because there's definitely a lot of dangers that comes from rock climbing. But it's always fun to see others partake in it, and kind of get that secondhand thrill from it.
Beautiful cinematography and camera work, by the way, and the natural setting was just beautiful. To me, this was all about, even though you're doing this alone, you have a group of support behind you with all these people, the relationship building based on your likes, the things that you like to do, the the climb. Great storytelling, I thought, great pace, and I liked that they went between the climbing and the interviews and the narration. It all was put together very well. I really liked the music. It wasn't distracting at all. To me, it's about challenging yourself emotionally and physically, and that was brought about and talked about, and the emotional endurance and the physical endurance that you need, even just for yourself to get through something like this, trusting another person that's alongside you, just all of it. All of those thoughts and lessons were expressed here very nicely. This was very enjoyable to watch, and actually very informative, because I had no idea this existed. I'm not a climber, and I admire anybody that can push themselves to this with this type of thing physically and emotionally.
I had no idea that people could climb rocks for 24 hours. I thought it would be a big accomplishment to climb a rock for 1 hour, possibly two. The fact that they're able to keep going and going like this, it's quite amazing. These folks are quite athletes. I tell you what, they're pretty incredible. Yeah. I like seeing things like this that start off small, like, a couple of friends getting together, challenging each other, and then it grows into this big event. That's cool to see, how a movement can start like that. There's a lot of rock climbers that want to get together and do their thing. And, apparently they're an underserved population, and now they've got something, that they can, that they can call their own, that they can come to yearly. And it's pretty cool. I like the camaraderie and everything of it. Yeah, it's neat. I really enjoyed seeing everybody interviewed. Everybody was great on camera. They just were so enthusiastic and loving what they do. Seeing the footage of them doing their thing, of their climbs, was astounding. The physical, abilities of these folks, I just can't even begin to identify with.
I always like learning about what makes people shine. And this Horseshoe Hell climbing for 24 hours straight competition is just something extraordinary. The footage of the cliff and the excitement prior to the competition, the testimonials of the origins, and so much community building, helping out, pushing each other's limits, and this idea of competing against yourself nonstop. My favorite was the sounds of them cheering at each hour for 24 hours. It's just amazing. And you have all this excitement built up, and the energy. It is cheering for yourself and for others, the being so close to nature and learning and understanding your limits and just pushing yourself. I loved it, and I loved how it explained the idea behind it and how it all turned out to be this huge, massive event that it is now.
Learning about this, whole rock climbing thing that, and I had no idea existed. And I think this doc was done very well, explained everything very well. The origins, it really did a good job showing the people, and I think that's really important, is showing the people who are part of this, because all of them are individual, interesting, all of that. Like the guy who broke Alex Honnold's record, which is pretty interesting. The founder, that older man, he was pretty interesting too, and just those two girls together. I think the people were very interesting, and that's what made this so strong, as well as the subject matter being so interesting.